All right, it is Wednesday, February 3rd, 2021. Welcome to February. We got
Cheers. I'll drink you, February.
We got Carl, John, Lauren, Anthony, and myself, and we're all out of order today because I was having issues, so I had to come back in. Anyway, John, what do we got?
All right. Well, we got finishing up who were at best number 49, Tommy Green. Was the winner. He was the runaway winner.
You already got somebody complaining about number 50, so.
Well, hey, 50's gonna be going. They won't be complaining about 51. Let's put it to you that way. That's for sure. When we get to that next week, but we had Tommy Green beating out Michael Layton and Ron Guidry and Todd Bell. It was a well-deserved win there for Tommy Green. This week is number 50. We have for the Phillies, Jamie Moyer. Played from 2006 to 2010. Member of the the 08 World Series champions. Grew up in Sellersville, PA. Born there in 1962. He had a 56-40 record here with the Phillies. For the Eagles, we have that Gary Cobb, the linebacker, played from 85 to 87. He was his memorable moment was 86. In 1986, he was the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. For the well, hey, and he's also part of it. He was a Cowboy as well, mixed in there. So we're not going to go too heavy with him. He's more known for his on air stuff right now as a reporter. For the Flyers, we had that Ruslan Fedotenko. He was a left winger, played 199 games with the Flyers, scored 74 goals, 70 assists for 144 points total.
Is that Ruslan Fedotenko guy?
Yes, it is. Ruslan. Right? the next couple of weeks here with the Flyers are going to be killing me with all the
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
And then for the 76ers, and we do have a 76er back this week. Steve Mix played from 73 to 82. He was the 1975 NBA All-Star. He was a MAC Player of the Year in 1969. His number is retired by the Toledo Rockets, and he scored over 8,300 points and 4,100 rebounds. So he just missed out on the 83 championship season. Played all those years and missed it. For the outsider, we have Mike Singletary, more famous known for his eyeballs, in there being his with the Bears, and the linebacker. He's the Super Bowl champion for the Super Bowl 20 championship with the Bears. A 10-time Pro Bowler, 8-time First Team All Pro, 3-time NFC Player of the Year, and a member of the Hall of Fame in '98, as well as the College Hall of Fame, and a member of the All-Decade Team of the 1980s. So Mario, we'll start off with you since we're still not in the right order, but we'll go back and we'll stay in that order.
I am gonna be true to my baseball and go to Jamie Moyer.
So you changed it from Steve Mix from earlier today?
Well, just edged him out by a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Lauren,
I'm also going to go with Jamie Moyer. I haven't heard of most of the guys on here, so by process of elimination, I'll go with Jamie Moyer. I also had a chance to work with him a little bit when I worked for the Hamels Foundation. Obviously, him and Cole were on the World Series team together, so I had some interactions with Jamie, and he was a great guy as well as a good player. So I'll go with Jamie.
There you go. Anthony?
I'll do the same, but the numbers you gave for Steve Mix, they're not bad at all, actually. I mean,
No.
That was a pretty substantial career, some good highlights, but yeah, you gotta give that one to Jamie Moyer.
Yeah, I think the championship weighs it, takes the advantage there.
Yeah, a little bit.
Carl.
No love for Lavoy Allen or Hector Neres? None at all?
Naris only got a couple of votes. So I was surprised. I thought he would have gotten a little bit more support there.
I would have thought Amy would have rigged that voting.
Yeah, you would have thought so, but she didn't. Yeah.
All right. Before today's an important day. It's ladies in sports. So, Lauren, we need to recognize you because your degree is in sports journalism, and your knowledge is probably better than the other three guys on the show. So,
I don't know about that. I'll take best woman on the show.
there you go. There you go. It was either you or your mom. So, she's coming. She's coming in. We've got a new segment, folks. Unfiltered too. So hang in there. It's coming. We introduce it tonight.
Breaking it out.
Yeah. So see what God does. Yeah. See what happens. See what happens. Got to be Jamie Moyer. He did a lot for his hometown. I think he still does. So, let's go Jamie Moyer for the sweep.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait, we're not done with John yet.
Oh,
Well, look at all the pictures in the
I know. It's not official yet until John might be throwing us a curveball.
Oh, I was. I mean, I thought we were going to go with Steve Mix there with when you were going there. You said you wanted to do the sweep with Steve Mix, but yeah, we're going to have to go with the sweep with Jamie Moyer.
All right.
I mean, the championship itself, brings it all there. Plus he's a local guy. Although nobody recognized him when they had the 10-year reunion with his long hair, they didn't know who he was coming out there on the stage. But yeah, he's definitely worthy of it. So
All right.
Yeah.
So sweep for Jamie Moyer, and we got Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. So John, you want to give us a prequel as to what we have for
the fantasy football.
Yep.
All right, we still have our top 10 there. Do we have? I'll run down that and give you the players that you're looking for to be winning to win your games for you. Right at the moment, Todd Osman is in the lead. He needs Chris Godwin to have a big game for himself to hold on to that lead. Stephanie Brogdon is in second place. She needs Mike Evans to have a big game. Carolyn Hardy-Bachman, she's in third. She needs Clyde Edwards-Helaire to have a big game for her to leapfrog into the championship. Jay Rizet is in fourth place. He needs Le'Veon Bell to play and then be able to succeed there for him. Jim Shrink Jr. He needs Le'Veon Bell and Ronald Jones to round out the top five that have the most players that are still playing in the game. Ronald Kennedy is in sixth spot there with 10 players left to play. Greg Smith is in seventh with 9. Anthony Beam is in eighth spot with 7 players to play. Sean Wyatt is in ninth place with 9 players, and Brian Brown has 10 players left with in 10th spot. So we have a good battle there. And then Mario, you and I have the biggest battle between us hosts here on the show. It's coming down to Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Le'Veon Bell between the two of us. So you need Le'Veon to hopefully suit up and play.
I got you on this one, John.
Doesn't he have doesn't Solaire have a COVID issue for Kansas City?
Let's not go there. Well, Kansas City, quite frankly, has a lot of players that could be COVID issues with that haircut issue that they had. They had 20 players, including Patrick Mahomes, which that's not going to happen. He's going to get shut down, but
right.
For close contact. But he was him and the staff were trying to get their haircuts before the Sunday before the Super Bowl.
Wait,
and
isn't that a bad superstition?
well, not they're not hockey players, but But yeah, they were getting their haircuts. You know how Mahomes got to get his discount there at State Farm. With his haircut. So they got they were trying to get their all pretty for the Super Bowl.
That's right. They did a haircutting commercial, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah.
And but so yes, and supposedly the whole NFL has been so strict here, and how the barber tested positive for the COVID and was in the middle of doing it. You would think they would wait for the results to come in before they say, okay, yeah, go start doing it. Because the one guy was in the chair getting his haircut done, and had to stop his haircut.
God.
All right, I got a question. We're going back a few layers here. Stephanie Brogdon, go Big Mike. Is there a connection there that we need to address?
Oh, that's Mike Evans.
Oh, that's her guy. That's her guy that she needs.
She needs Mike Evans to win.
Gotcha.
She's not
All
talking
right.
about her husband Mike, but
Okay, I'm like, wait, time out here. Okay. All right, I just needed clarification.
yeah, Mike Evans. Yeah, you may have didn't hear me say that, but yeah, Evans was her guy that needed to.
I want to stay on Stephanie's good side because I want to have Connor into the store this season. So
absolutely,
I want to stay on good side of Stephanie. So
absolutely,
whatever I can do for Mike, but I got no control over Mike Evans. So.
God. All right.
All right.
Where are we, John?
All right, so we're there, and we'll discuss a little bit of the Super Bowl and who we have. We can start and see who everybody has for this week, who they're picking for the Super Bowl predictions.
All right, we'll start with you then.
It's hard. I'm going to be flip flopping back and forth, but I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. But it's hard to go against Kansas City. Yeah, I just have a feeling. I don't know what it is. It's just one of those things. Tom Brady's. They've grown through this whole season together, and I just see something happening. But like I said, I would like to see Kansas City do it as well. It'd be nice to see another repeat championship. But if I have to lock it down, I'm gonna say Tampa Bay 38-31.
Hold on. I want to write this down. 38-31?
Yep, Tampa Bay.
Wow. Okay. We're going to switch over to the woman on the show who probably knows more about football than all of us. So what do you got, Lauren?
That's definitely not accurate. I appreciate it. So I came into the show late last week, and John and I were in agreement on a few things. And even though I'm not late to the show this week, I am still in agreement with John. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks on this one for a couple of reasons. One, I think Tom Brady has a lot to prove, not because he's not an established good quarterback, obviously, but I feel like for his entire career, he was tied to Bill Belichick. And that he was sort of pulling the strings and Tom Brady was just the puppet that made it all happen. They parted ways. There is one team in the Super Bowl this year and one team is not. And I think this sort of just cements Tom's ability to go to a brand new team with, other than Gronk, who he knew, it was kind of an unfamiliar territory for him. And he put that team on his back, carried them all the way to the Super Bowl. And even though I have no interest in Tom Brady winning another Super Bowl, Gronk either, there are other guys on the team. There's other guys that if they win are going to benefit from this, that are going to finally live the dream they've wanted since they were a kid. And that fan base, the fans of Tampa Bay finally getting a Super Bowl victory. The Chiefs just got one last year. I love Andy Reid and, what he did here when he was in Philly. And if they end up winning, that's fine too. But I'm going with the Bucks, 27-24.
27-24. All right. Carl, Anthony, you're next. What do you got?
There's not much more to add between those two things. I think the Bucks will win it. He's going to want to win. He's getting older here, and he wants to show that he could win. I think Tom will win it again. I'm sure Patrick will be there the year after, and the year after that, and the year after that. So, I don't know. I'm in it for the food to eat whatever's. I don't really care.
Take one of them recording boards, Lauren.
All right, so give us a score.
Chicardi board.
I think the same score as John. You say 38 to what, John?
31.
Yeah, well, then it's going to be like 38-27. I don't know. Something like that.
We'll go with that.
Oh,
All right.
Dad, what you doing?
Making room for uncensored Sue.
Nice.
You're coming around. You're gonna pull that chair that way. Come on.
All right. Okay, so while they're doing that and bringing on our very special guest, I'm going to be very quick and say Tampa Bay. But
Come on
I'm
over.
going with a lower score. I'm going to go 27-24.
Ooh.
That's what I picked.
You did. I meant lower than these two guys.
Oh,
So yes, I'm going to go. Yeah, I think you're right, Lauren. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game. But I do think Tampa Bay is going to win. And hey, Sue.
Hey,
So I do think that them playing on their home field is going to add into the factor.
Right.
So, all right, Carl, you're up. What do you got?
well, other than uncensored Sue, I figured this show needed a little excitement. So I saw Lisa. Lisa wants to call it. Where was that?
Say it, Sue.
The who?
Say it, Sue. I like uncensored Sue. Or
The Say It Sue segment or the uncensored Sue? Just hold on. You'll get your chance. Hang on.
I'm not saying a word.
Just hang on. This is just your first night live, all right? So
Yep.
just hang on.
Go ahead, speak.
So, you guys can pick Tom Brady all you want. I cannot. I can't even go there. There's so much hatred built up in me with Tom Brady and beating the Eagles back in 2005. No, I can't go there. I don't care if he's got a bug up his ass to show Bill Belichick, he's the man and you're not. Can't go there. Can't go there.
Okay.
Big Red, Patrick Mahomes. I'm all in.
Me too.
all right. So what do you got? What's the score?
I'm going to keep it because I just got an update and Joe Stinger said it's going to be a muddy field.
It's
on
going to rain.
Sunday.
Yeah.
We have horses.
There-
Muddy field, that's for horses. They're goats. They're goats. They're not horses. They're goats.
No, he's a goat.
Oh, he's a goat. That's why he's not going to win.
He's a goat.
They're not horses. A muddy field.
This is the only way we can bring it, folks.
They're mutters. The Buccaneers or Bucks are mutters.
By the way, we're introducing the.
Look at Sean. This Sue's view. Missed you, Shawnee.
Oh God.
These are all your fans.
Yeah.
These are all your fans. No, let's go 24-17 Chiefs.
2 on Carl 0.
Yeah, thanks, Wally. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I'm going Chiefs. I'm going Andy for a repeat. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
Tom's going to have the ball in his hands at the end of the game, but I think Kansas City will prevail.
Okay.
So-
Sue.
And I'm with. Hang on a sec. Time out. I'm with Anthony. What's up with the food? Where? What do you got planned?
Where's
Because
that Chicardi board?
Yep. We got to get those Chicardi boards, everyone. Dad, I can't believe you allowed this. No, to go off that for a second, Dad, I got two questions for you. The first one being, I understand the Tom Brady hatred, and you are very loyal to your teams. You don't forget a damn thing.
Thank you.
But taking that aside, you can't put the fact that there's a whole other team that will benefit from him winning, that has benefited from him winning and getting them this far. There's a fan base that's going to get that pure joy that we got in 2017 that
Yep.
team just got last year.
Yep.
Can't
And
put all that for the hatred that you have for Tom Brady.
the Tampa Bay Lightning got the city's championship.
Not the
So
same thing.
Okay, but it's not
enjoy it.
because this guy right here, the Steelers could win the Super Bowl,
I don't care.
and that wouldn't mean a damn to this guy. If it's not the Pirates, that doesn't mean anything. And there is an Anthony in Tampa Bay that is waiting for Sunday for the Bucks to win because
Absolutely.
he's Lightning.
Wait, hold on.
I'm with you from a fan standpoint. I'm with you, but I
Okay,
just
so
think
Hold on. This was just his pick. He's not saying who he's in love with. He said it's his pick.
he's picking the Chiefs because he can't pick Tom Brady because he hates Tom Brady that much. So I'm asking, can we look beyond that? But I do have a second question, and this John will probably have some insight in. But I'm just curious. We had Andy Reid for how many years?
14.
Okay. We went to one Super Bowl and lost, and I'm not
Correct.
taking anything away from Andy. But why the success now? He takes the team all the way to the Super Bowl and wins it last year and gets them all the way back there this year. Is it experience? Is it just better players? Is it, as Mom said, a better quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, but
Patrick-
I understand that, but he's one individual. He's fairly young. So I'm just curious why Andy seems to be able to make it click on all cylinders now when he couldn't do that for 14 years.
Players. Bottom line, players. There's,
Yep.
there's no other way to explain it. And I'll be perfectly honest with you. I think if Andy didn't have a lot of personal issues going on with his family, he'd still be here in Philadelphia. Because if you recognize the fact that they went after, Doug Peterson, from the Andy Reid tree, okay, and a lot of guys, have followed, from the Green Bay tree, the Paul Holmgren era and beyond. I just think, this has been right for Andy. This has really been good. The whole Patrick Mahomes thing, their drafting has been, I don't know who's doing the drafting, but goddamn, kudos to you, pal, because you've been plucking winners every year. They do a phenomenal job, and it's Kansas City. There's no pressure. There's no pressure to win. None whatsoever. This isn't Philadelphia. This isn't the Philadelphia media. This isn't the Philadelphia fan base. It's Kansas City. So, but no, I cannot root for Tom Brady. I'm sorry. I don't care how good he is. I don't care how many Super Bowl rings. I don't care. I need him to lose on Sunday, and I need to find out where the wings and all the appetizers
And that board. Where's that board?
Yeah,
I see Carlino's has a
agree,
nice
Carl.
board.
I agree. It's definitely all talent. I mean,
No doubt.
Obviously Patrick Mahomes is better than Donovan McNabb, but McNabb was a pretty good quarterback himself, being here. And the one year that we did go to the Super Bowl, we went out and got a Terrell Owens, to possibly be close to Tyreek Hill. But we don't have a dominant.
Johnny, time out. We had that game won.
Oh yeah,
And
Give it to them.
And there is no end. We had it won. So, there was enough points scored in the first half. We had that game won.
right. But when he was here in Philadelphia, they always choked. and it wasn't always the offense, like you said. We scored enough points there. The defense always let us down in a lot of those games. Where we would score points and we'd give up too many. As much as we all love Jim Johnson, like those defenses did give up some points at times to hurt us. And plus, Andy Reid may have been here, but he wouldn't have been this good if he stayed here.
No, not with the talent. You
Right.
need the talent.
Right.
Your players.
Those.
The players are what makes the coach.
Right.
You know what I mean? Look where Kansas City was when he walked into Arrowhead Stadium. You know what I mean? They were nothing. They were nothing.
Yeah, they were always close, but never good enough. And then and Andy Reid's a good coach. He just wouldn't change here, whether it was him or maybe now that we're seeing it, maybe it's the front office with Howie and Laurie not making those things, getting the running game going. Could be the same issues, no running game there. But no, I'm happy for Andy. Good for him. He moved on. He's doing well. But yeah,
the best for everyone. I mean, he was with the team for a long time.
Right.
You won a Super Bowl since he left. He won a Super Bowl. Everyone wins.
Right. And like Carl was saying with the son passing and stuff, that was, it was a tough time for him here, and they weren't winning at the end there. The last 3 or 4 or 5 years was pretty much Drek here when they were here playing. So it was time for him to move on, and he's in a better spot for him. So good for him.
Okay. So, Sue, what's your final score?
Boy.
I don't know about a score because I didn't think about that. I just know that the next Patrick Mahomes will be the next animal eating grass in the field.
Well,
He'll be the next goat.
I agree with you. If Kansas City does win, it will be the game that passes the torch from Brady to
I know
Mahomes.
he has to get
No
more
doubt.
than 1 Super Bowl, 2 Super Bowls, however many you need to get to be the GOAT.
And he will.
But he will be the GOAT. They are the team of destiny, I think. That's my total opinion. What do I know? But a score, I'll say 30-25.
There we
Chiefs.
go.
Ooh, crooked number. Crooked number.
Somebody scoring a safety. How are we getting 25?
Crooked number.
2-point conversion. You can do a 2-point conversion.
Yeah,
This is why
Anything happens.
Sue Uncensored. These things pop up.
Crooked number. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that, let's move on to Eagles, and we're going to kind of
Well,
rush
wait,
through.
time out.
Oh,
Time
wait,
out.
what?
Again, red flag.
What?
Did we hear did we get your pick?
Yeah, you were busy doing stuff when I talked.
He copied Lauren's answer.
Yeah, pretty much. For different reasons, but
After saying she was the genius, he copied her answer.
I'm not
All right.
stupid.
He wanted to get the A in the class.
So I do have a question though, which I'm not sure how this will get answered. I have a general idea, but will we, for years to come, talk about Tom Brady the way we talk about Michael Jordan?
Ooh.
You'll talk about him in a disgruntled way. You talk about Michael Jordan with love. You'll talk about.
But
Tom.
are they similar? Is he the
Yes.
Michael Jordan of football?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think he would. I mean, Carl's not going
if you're a fan of
He's
him.
got his beard to his mouth. He's never going to say that. But no, I think he will. And people right now that don't like him are only because his team he beats their teams. And Jordan was the same way. So I don't know if while Jordan was playing, I don't know that he was. I mean, you had the Nike commercials and stuff, but I don't know that he was as much loved, outside of Chicago, type of thing, as much as.
It's just amazing, Carl's talking about the Super Bowl from 2005. It's 2021.
We don't forget. Elephants.
That's the I mean,
I'm still pissed.
All right, we're at the top of the hour, and we still have 4 teams to go through. So
Yeah, hang on there.
we will start off with the Eagles.
Well, I'm not going to talk about.
Who's got?
You don't
Who's
want to hear
got
what I have
something
to
to
say
talk
about
about?
that.
John, did they do anything?
They hired a
No
couple more. They hired a couple more coaches. They show how much they value the linebackers. They got
Is this fun?
a new new linebacker coach that's 27 years old. Played 3 more games than anybody else here on the hosting the show right now in college football. He's got 3 games of experience under his belt as a linebacker in college football. I don't know. I mean, they're going young. So I think they're rebuilding this team. And going to Carson Wentz will be our next guy that will be gone. I think sometime before June.
John, what do you think about when they asked the coach about if everyone's got to try out, everyone's got to play, and he basically said, that's an answer. He's got to say yes. They got to all fight for their.
Yep.
He has no choice but to say that. But I wanted to see what your thoughts were on him saying that.
Well, no, I mean, I agree with it. Everybody's got to compete. I don't know that in pro football you have a quarterback compete as much as you have, your right tackles competing or whatever. You usually would have a quarterback in place and going from there, especially with 2 quarterbacks in Jalen Hurts and him that are totally different the way they play. So I don't know how fair the competition would be for either one of the quarterbacks.
That's ultimately going to happen, or do you think one of these guys leaves before?
I think that's just the coach speak to as a setup for Carson Wentz is going to be out of here. Because as I was doing my homework from last week that we had to do, I think Carson Wentz is going to the Colts.
We had homework?
We did.
Yeah, nobody knew about the homework except for John.
I gotta get the brown off my nose, but I did it. I did a lot of research for it.
Yeah, but you've had him going to the Colts since Frank Reich left the Eagles. You've had him going there.
I did, but I spiced it up for you just because of that, because I knew you would say that I would have this. But
let me ask you this, because there's no way. I know you're a big football guy, and you hang out in all the locker rooms, and you got all the scoop. There is no way you saw the Stafford for Jared Goff trade coming. There is no way you saw that coming. I mean, I think the Rams got fleeced.
Well,
I mean,
like
2 number ones, a number 3, and did I hear it correctly? They're paying part of.
They are paying part of
it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they know something. Maybe they think if he gets out of Detroit, he's going to flourish, which could be true. Who knows? I don't know.
I feel like he's been playing football since I was alive.
He's been
14 years.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around forever.
Is that correct? I mean,
something like that.
he's been around a while. A while.
But he's a perfect fit for their system, and they're right now in the win now mode. So if they win the Super Bowl in the next year or 2, they don't care how many number ones that they gave up. They haven't had a number 1 since they drafted Goff,
and they don't have any for the next 6 years either.
Right. Well, exactly. But they're going for it to win. So Stafford's a guy he's accurate with his throws. He's going to get the ball out quick. He's perfect for them. And did I see that coming? No. But we also have another one that might be coming up that people don't know about as well, that's been out there, that Kirk Cousins might be going to the 49ers and Garoppolo going to the Vikings, as another move similar to that. So I mean, there's going to be a lot of guys moving around, like you were saying with the quarterbacks. But
well, that's my sleeper team for Wentz. If he goes anywhere, it's San Francisco.
You think? Why?
That's my sleeper team.
What's your reasoning behind that?
I just think he fits that that wide open
Is
offense.
that where he's from?
No, not at all. No.
Oh, that's right. He's from like Midwest. It's North Dakota, South Dakota, one of them.
Yeah, I just think that's a sleeper team. San Francisco. They throw the ball, a lot. I think that's a good because I just don't know. I know John's talking about Wentz and Ertz to Indianapolis, and that's the obvious, and I don't think the obvious is going to happen.
Why would he go to somewhere where he has to throw the ball? He didn't throw the ball here.
Nah, it's obvious because it's just the most natural fit. Just because
Yeah, but that puts too much pressure on Frank Reich at that point. That just puts undue amount of pressure on him, bringing him in, and now he's really got to, he's got to put it together. And he just lost half his coaching staff to Philadelphia on top of it.
Yeah, but everybody he lost was a quality control coach. He didn't lose anybody special.
Yeah, I hit that button, didn't I?
The Eagles lead the league in coaches hired that are all quality control coaches. So we're going to be the best quality control team in football, whatever that means.
Perfect segue. So how long is it till Nicky S starts getting bashed by one John O'Brien? Do we even get a game played? I'm sure. I was certain after the press conference that you didn't light him up. I was waiting for that.
Well,
you've been too kind.
Well, no, it's kind of the same way with Doug Peterson. We had to give him time to figure out what he is. The first year he was 7-9. We weren't bashing him.
All right, you got a 15-minute press conference. What is he?
Well, he let's put it this way: from the just if you're just going off the press conference, he looked like a high school kid, going out there, doing a speech class 101 for his first time. I mean, he was brutal as far as doing that. But that doesn't mean that he's not going to be a good coach, though. Like we don't know that he's not going to be a good coach until you see how he plays, makes play calls and handles the game. And so that's going to take a while. And like I said, my expectations the next 2 to 3 years, they're going to be horrible. So, unless he's doing simply obvious things that Doug Peterson was doing wrong, you're not going to bash him because you don't have the talent right now to do anything.
John, you're disappointing me.
Well, but see,
give it time, Carl. Give it time.
I mean, but it's hard to say.
Here lies the problem because you got all this money tied up in the defense, and you're talking to me about rebuilding. But you do. Did they just not hand a big fat contract to Big Play Slay? Did they not just re-up Brandon Graham? Did they just not re-up Fletcher Cox? Did they just not pay? I don't know who's the man in the middle from the Steelers. They got more money tied up on defense than I'd like to think about.
They do, but like I said, they're going to be probably moving on from a lot of those guys. I mean, they're in it. They have to just kind of like we were talking pre-show with the Pirates. Like you have to drop back and punt. You know what I mean? Like you're stuck. Like
did you just compare the Eagles to the Pirates?
I did, and that's where they're at.
Well, it just makes sense though because they don't have up until now they don't really have a direction, and it still seems like they don't necessarily have a direction. So
speaking of moving on, our viewers have commented many times they're interested in the next topic. So let's get into the Phillies and into spring training and on to the next great Philadelphia team.
That must be the fly. That must be the flyby.
It was the Phillies in spring training, but sure.
Oh, right. Okay. Phillies in spring training.
I was going to say Phillies for last, but since we're 20 minutes out from towards the end, we'll do Phillies now so we can get them in.
It's all John's fault.
Did the Phillies make the announcement yet about tickets on sale for spring training? Because I've gotten this email 3 times from the Pirates from different
Nope.
I haven't gotten one.
them,
Nope.
Bradenton, everybody. So either the Pirates are ahead of the game, which is usually not the case, or the Phillies are waiting to see what happens with Arizona, I guess, because we don't know what's going on with that either. So I didn't know if you guys had heard anything at all.
Yeah, I mean, the
It's-
Pirates sent out an email today that single game tickets will go on sale February 15th.
I think it might be the 10th for
So it'll
ticket
go
holders.
to season ticket holders and I guess like corporate partners and stuff. But they're ready to sell tickets come February 15th. I guess at what, 25%?
I mean, the 10th is 1 week from today. There's been lots of talks that teams, the minor league teams might get a schedule within the next week or two. So maybe they know something, and maybe they're hoping that it correlates to the same time to help ticket sales for everybody. Maybe, but it's just odd that the Phillies haven't said that. Maybe they're just waiting to see.
Yeah, I haven't gotten one email yet.
Well, they better start selling tickets because somebody just spent $165 million on players. So somebody better start selling some tickets.
So we got both JT and Didi signed, right?
Correct.
Correct.
There you go.
And they're working on pitching.
You need somebody to throw the ball, though.
Yeah, they're working on it. That's hard. That's a hard process. You hope Spencer Howard guys could be, a step forward this year and keep growing into it. But yeah, they're in the toughest division, so you just got to have some more pitching there. And I'm sure they'll keep working on it from now until the start.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. There's talks. There was a report that just came out before we were on the show here that baseball is going to be starting on time with some restrictions. Carl was informing us a little bit about it with 25% capacity, even in the major league ballparks coming forward, and some seating arrangements that are going to be a little different.
So you're talking between 11 and 12,000 people,
somewhere in there,
including faculty and everything.
right? So you're going to be probably between 8,500 to 9,500.
Right.
Where
fans.
are they at, Mario? You're in touch down there in Florida. Where are they at for the Super Bowl? How many are they saying? How many fans?
No, I know.
22,000.
Is it
That's what I thought I had
22,000?
heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know they have 7,000 healthcare workers that were vaccinated and stuff like that that they gave free tickets to. I believe they're taking quite an amount of people from my hospital that are getting to go, which I think is very cool. But I think they're taking it from different hospitals in the state. I'm not sure if it's just from this area.
So
But-
22,000 fans. That's a pretty
22,000.
good. That's a pretty good amount of people for the Super Bowl.
I
So-
think it's a third of what
Okay.
it's a third of the capacity, because I think in
Yeah.
order to host a Super Bowl, you have to have 70,000 people. You have to be able to seat 70,000. I think that's why we had seats added up in the link.
Mm.
So it's about a third. So what are you reading?
Oh,
John Clark reporting, about spring training. But yeah, I mean, they're all going to be, offering, deals. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. I know numbers are down here in Delco.
It's a good
So
thing.
hopefully that's the trend. And the more people get vaccinated, the better this will be for everybody.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
but
Yeah.
where
there
we
were-
at? So
there was
Phillies, Didi, JT, Archie Bradley, Matt Moore. Who's the other pitcher that they signed yesterday that everybody was pretty excited about?
Chase Anderson was
Well,
today.
you got him and what's his name escapes me for the minute. Rolone.
Yeah, Rondon.
So I think there's a lot of, I think there's a lot more going on this year. And, we all know how many games were lost last year out of the bullpen. So
Too many.
you
Too
got
many,
a lot of you got a lot of experienced arms all of a sudden. You've got a lot of experienced arms, vying for that fifth spot as well. So, so hopefully, this time next week, we'll know more about the Phillies in spring training and see where we're at.
Yeah, no fans in the in training camp in the Carpenter complex, but
No.
Really?
but, like 25% is what they're hoping for in
For the games.
for games.
Right, for Bright House Stadium. Yep.
So
Bright
I
House
can't
Stadium.
go up there on the weekends and watch pitchers and catchers.
Nope.
That kind of
No,
sucks.
and I mean, I know not everyone goes there for autographs and things like that, but they're going to be super, cautious around the players. You're not going to be able to go anywhere near,
You weren't last year.
but I mean, like this year, for sure, you're not going to be able to get near the field, at least in spring training. I mean, they're not going to
Risk it.
it was
Jeopardize anything, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the players didn't even come near you last year, so they didn't want any parts of it.
Yeah, I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be told they can't this year. Like they can't, even if they wanted to. And it's going to be interesting what happens when the actual season happens. When you have, a state like Florida that's a little bit more open, and then other states which aren't. It'll be eager to see what happens when that actually, rolls about.
Right.
How one state's going to vary to the next. So it'll be interesting.
Well, like Anthony was or Carl was saying earlier, when we do get into the ballparks, we may not even be allowed in the lower level. We might have to be all sitting in the upper levels of the ball just to keep the fans and the players separated that much more as well. So.
Yeah, I know for us, it's going to be, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But, we have like so close to the field, you got a dugout suite, you have a third base picnic area. Those are very, very close to the field in comparison to, the major league level. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And it could change over the course of the year, obviously. Once things change, they'll open more. So we'll see how it plays out. But I think, any amount of people is better than nothing at this point.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got 12 minutes. Let's do Flyers and we'll do Sixers real quick and then we'll do closing.
Wow. Sixers are getting kicked to the curb. The hottest team in Philadelphia.
All right. Then we'll do Sixers first.
It's all good.
Now,
It's all good.
you switched it. So we're going Sixers first.
It's all good.
I was trying to get your Flyers in there, but
Hey, it's rivalry night. That's all I got to say.
Yep,
Rivalry night.
so we got both teams playing tonight.
we do.
So how about the Sixers with Embiid getting that player of the month? I mean, they said there hasn't been a player from the Sixers who got that for like 30 years or something.
Yep.
What do you think of that? I mean, that means he's playing hard. I mean, they don't give that to you if you're not.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Doc Rivers yesterday or the day before said he thinks they're not even. He didn't even know how many wins or losses they had. He was just trying to get them better. I mean, that's the point he's at. He thinks they could really compete. I think he's not looking at the wins and losses because he knows it's going to be whoever. You got to get to the championship, and then you got to be one of those Western Conference teams. I think that's all he's worried about right now.
Exactly, and that's the best part about it. You're not worrying about right now. I mean, it's nice that they keep stacking the wins, but right now it doesn't matter. Like your focus is the championship. So as long as they keep doing their job and keep winning, that's all he cares about. He's not going to count how many wins he has, but as long as he's not coming back to the locker room and having loss after loss after loss, stacking up there, then he's not going to worry about
treating
it.
it like it's like a elongated practice. You know what I mean? Just get better every single day because we know we're going to be in the playoffs already, and let's win when we get there. Let's just get better. And
here's another situation with the 76ers with the team that's been put together this year. To go with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, the two pieces that were here, kind of reminds you a little bit of Andy leaving the Eagles and going to Kansas City. And he built that team with the dynamics of Patrick Mahomes, and what you've brought here in with the 76ers to go along with, the pieces that the GM has brought in. These are dynamic players. They've won championships already. They're MVPs. They're champions. It's the nucleus to win, and to win now. So there's a lot to be said about that. There really is. There's a lot to be said about it. And Doc Rivers, he could care less about Ben Simmons shooting the basketball. Care less.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they're up 16-7 right now. They're playing to win, and it's nice to see, and that's why I wish the Eagles would have gone the same way too. But you have 3 out of 4 of the teams now with general managers and coaches that really stabilize the team and make you feel comfortable about it. I mean, having Doc Rivers on the sideline there every night, and the games are getting tight, and he's just sitting there like he's on the beach there watching the waves come rolling in, and he just has a calm about him that hey, we're going to pull this out. This is what we got to do, and play what we're supposed to do. It was nice last week having
they've got the nucleus of veteran players. They've got a couple of young players, Maxey and Thibault from last year. There's 2 number 1 picks. So they're doing it. They're doing a good job. They're doing a good job drafting all of a sudden, right?
Right. Yeah.
The wins are, like you say, to steal your line, stacking up. Kind of like our Fly guys, right? They're stacking up, right? We got Boston tonight and Friday night. We need revenge. We got to bring it back to South Philly. So, let's talk some Flyers. What do you say, Mario? You're down there in Lightning country now.
I could care less about the Lightning. You can. What's the saying? You can take the boy out of Philly. You can't take the Philly out of the boy.
There you go.
Even with all the Super Bowl crap that's going on, I see pop up things all over the place. I don't care. So Flyers are going to kick some ass. And what time are they playing? 7:30.
Flyers are on.
They're on now.
It's rivalry night, 8:00.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right.
8:00.
Well,
If they sell Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl 25 shirts, will you get me one?
25?
What's the Super Bowl? Isn't it 25?
No.
no.
No, it's like 55, isn't it?
54.
Sorry, I went to therapy today.
55.
It is 55. But anyway, if they're selling them, get me one. I'll get you the money.
All right.
I'll Venmo it or whatever you do.
There you go.
You got that right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my first time.
No problem.
Yeah,
So-
but no, it's. I mean, the Flyers got a good matchups this week. Four games with Boston and then Washington afterwards. The top 3 teams in the
I saw an interesting article this afternoon. There's a few things starting to leak out, about Oscar Lindblom. I guess he's not in necessarily the shape. He's not. He's not. I guess he's not where he needs to be. And I don't know if that was somebody taking a shot. I don't know.
Who was ever saying that? Did they ever go through what he went through?
No, absolutely not. No. Did they bring him back too soon? Should we have, maybe gradually brought him in? We're Philly sports, and we're always bitch moaning and complaining about something, right?
Even when we're doing well.
It's
Not
what
me.
we do, right?
No, not John.
Not now.
So, Carl, do you feel better than you did at this point last week? I think I don't know if it was the last game or the game before. I forget the post game analysis guy for the Flyers. He said, he thought 6-2, they're the worst 6-2 team he's ever seen. It was I forget the player's name.
Scott Hartnell?
Yeah,
No.
he said they're 6-2. It's the worst 6-2 team. I said, I mean, he kept it as he thought, but they are 6-2 at that point. So it was a tough thing.
Yeah, it's they're not shooting the puck enough. The offense seems to be lagging behind. They seem to be fighting themselves to steal a term, squeezing the stick. They just need to, the other night, Travis Konechny's a healthy scratch. He's one of your top players. You can't have that. You need to have all your top guys firing on all cylinders.
Right.
And I don't think they're there yet. I really don't. I know they got a great record. They're playing well. But they got 2 more games with the Boston Bruins, and they didn't fare too well last week against them. So this is a big matchup for them.
Do you think they're just not put it in gear like they can when they want to? They turn it on, they turn it off, or?
God, I hate to think that. I don't like to go there. I don't know. I mean, you never have enough scoring, and we seem to. I just love to see them kind of make a trade and pick up. I need a sniper. I really do. I need a sniper that can come in and, I know I'm asking for a lot, but you got a lot of prospects. You got a lot of young players. I think they could fabricate a trade, put something together and get some more offense in here. I just don't think, you paid all this money to JVR. Nice player, piles up the assists, but I need goals. I need goal scorers. And
That's the guy that wears the C.
Uh-oh.
But wasn't JVR just the player, the Eastern Conference player of the month?
He was. And if you like assists, he's your guy.
Well, he's put in a couple. He's got 3 or 4 goals.
I just need, and we're talking about the first and second line producing.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the third and fourth line winning every night for you.
Right.
And that's the tough part that I see. That I need the guys making all this money and your top guys producing. That's all I'm asking.
So is JVR the Ben Simmons of the Flyers?
Probably. That's probably a good,
Analogy.
a good overtone there. For if you're gonna, kind of single him out,
So if you had to do it yourself right now, can you think of someone offhand that you would trade and who you would like that's out there?
Johnny Gaudreau from the Flames. I just think he would fit. I know you'd have to give up. You probably have to give up a couple of your young players and a future first round pick. But I just think, I think he would fit right into this system. Yeah,
Okay.
big name. He works out in South Jersey all year. I just love the parts of his game that he could bring to Philadelphia.
So it sounds like you have a Simmons. You just need an Embiid for the team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, Kevin Hayes is a nice player. He does a lot for the team. I don't have a problem with him, but I just need, there's nights that, you lose Claude Giroux, you lose Jacob Voracek, you lose JVR, you lose Travis Konechny. You can't lose these guys. These are your guys. They're the main parts of this team, and you need them. You need them to step up every night. And here we are. We're talking about, a team that's leading the Eastern Conference, right?
And that's what I was just going to say. 7-2-1 right now, and we have all these problems. I'll take that right now, and then and like I said, hopefully throughout the season with AV.
Well, just like the Eagles, I'm bitch moaning, complaining. So
yeah, but the Eagles were 3-4. They were a 4-win team.
Yeah, but I went back and I looked at the tapes. You were bitch moaning and complaining when they won the Super Bowl, that year. So I watched the tapes. I went back.
Okay. All right. With that, another hour has amazingly flew by. So we're going to go around the room and do closing thoughts. And Anthony, you're up.
Ooh. I don't have too much. I hope in the next week or two we have a schedule. We could figure out some games, get it out there, and have a major league and minor league season where fans are allowed. That's all I got.
All right, Lauren.
Pencil me in for the national anthem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Earlier up in the comments, Sean asked if there was going to be a This Fans View block pool. So if we get enough interest and we can fill it between now and Sunday, I'll get one going. What do you think,
Wow.
Pat?
I just don't know if there's
Ambitious.
enough people.
There's
That was-
plenty of people
I got tons of people from
on
my
the
work.
show. There's plenty of people. If we all have
Yep.
interest, we can get one going.
All
All
right.
right. I'm all in.
I'm in.
I'm
All right.
in.
I got people at State Farm asking me, but I said no because that office isn't open anymore.
Well, I'll put numbers in each of the blocks, little 1 to 100, and you
Well,
just
they can count across, can't they? 1 to 10.
Yeah, but it's easier if you.
Yeah, but if I just put a little number, then they can tell me which one they want. I'll send around a photo and
And then what they gonna do? Venmo the money?
sure, whatever, that's fine. Yeah. So we'll get that going.
Shawnee said he just learned how to Venmo.
That's more than you know how to do. So that's
You're
good.
right. Absolutely, you're right.
I'm ready to see that.
All right, Carl, you're up.
Well, we added a new segment tonight. I'm not quite sure. She didn't even get her name put in the square. But
Nobody needs to know my name. They
I'm
know
not
it.
quite sure if this is going to be a weekly thing.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not real sure, but
We have to vote on it.
we're
I think the people watching are going to say yes.
we're in the process of putting a TikTok together for Unfiltered Sue. We're going to take this to new levels. But no, all kidding aside, great show. Super Bowl Sunday. It's not the norm. We can't have the Super Bowl party, but I'm going to tailgate with Anthony wherever he's going. I'm going because he knows about food or something. So
Where are we going?
Board.
All right,
Board's getting
Sue,
together.
you're
Can I
up.
have a takeaway?
Yep, you got your
My-
takeaway.
My takeaway is that today, for all of you that don't know, I go to therapy. Look at Lauren's nervous. So I feel like
I don't know what's going to come out of your mouth.
get ready to hit the
That's
button.
the good part about it.
You got the mute button, Carl.
Punxsutawney Phil. I feel like Punxsutawney Phil because I have to go for 4 more weeks of therapy. Like he saw his shadow, I saw my shadow. Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow for winter. I saw mine for 4 more weeks of therapy.
All right.
My favorite part is that she's cracking up to get that out. She's the only one laughing.
Because I'm watching you with your head in your hand, like, oh my God,
Oh,
what's someone gonna say?
I don't know what you're gonna say.
Meanwhile,
It's a family show, folks.
go Chiefs.
Right.
Yes.
Go Chiefs.
All right,
All I got.
John.
That's all you got. Well, I am going with. We're having fun this winter season with our Sixers and Flyers. So let's enjoy them, and because they're both teams that are built to win now, and with stable foundations, and then Philadelphia Phillies are coming back, and we're going to be able to get back into the ballparks, which is going to be fun. So. Yeah, well, that's what they're hoping for. So, let's hope for some brighter days and some tailgates down at the ballpark.
There you go.
Mom,
All right.
where are you going? The show's not even over yet.
I did my part.
She's
She got on her own schedule.
It in and out. She's done. All right.
She got her own show.
She got
I
a
got-
good agent.
3 things. First, somebody who watches the show religiously has a birthday today. So I'm going to wish a very happy birthday to Belinda. Tom's wife, Belinda, and I think she watches the show more than he does and absolutely knows a hell of a lot more about sports than he does. So happy birthday to her. I know they're up in the Poconos enjoying her birthday. 2, shout out to my sister who's actually watching the show. She started her new job on Monday. So I hope she's doing well. And there is somebody that watches the show who I met from the show and have become really good friends with, who religiously tries to make me laugh.
I'm still here.
And he did it again tonight. So I will just say thank you for that. And that's it. It's been a good show. I will say goodbye and watch the Super Bowl, and we'll see you next week.
Go Chiefs.
See you guys.
See you later. Enjoy.